Janice Temple, and I'm a former flight attendant. And I got the idea for the Skychi travel guide, How to Travel, because passengers were always asking me questions about how to. So that's why I started this. And so tonight, our guest is Mera and Mila.
Hi. Hi, Mila.
Hi.
And I'm Mera Johnson, and I have a blog called Travel by Mera. I also sell travel, but I basically started my blog because I grew up in the Caribbean and I moved around a lot. My dad was a Methodist missionary, and so I've traveled a lot, and I've lived in different countries, so I think I have a lot to offer regarding travel.
Okay. And what's the name of your website? How can they find you?
It's travelbymera.com, so TravelBymera.com.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to have you to be our guest tonight. So we are going to do our Halloween hangout. That's why the costumes are here. Oh, you have to say something. I gotta get a photo of that one.
Look, Mila, look, you have a costume. Oh, no. It went to mommy. Look. You're a pirate. Say ahoy.
Ahoy.
And how old is Mila?
She is 2.
She's adorable. Well, let's start off with our travel tale.
What? I can put this board, Mommy.
Go ahead.
I can put this board.
Go on. Go to Daddy. Go ask Daddy to do it. Or Dylan. Dylan, he does taekwondo.
Huh? Dylan!
Sorry.
Dylan!
No problem.
So are we doing travel stories?
We are. So do you have a travel story you'd like to share with us?
Well, you were saying the good, the bad, and the ugly. Most of my travel experiences have been great. I haven't really had many nightmare experiences. Last summer, we did go to Hawaii via San Francisco, and we did end up spending the night in the Phoenix airport. That was like the only really, with the kids, with 2 kids, a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Coming out of Chicago, there was bad weather, and so we got like the last flight into Phoenix, which connected to San Francisco the next morning. So it was pretty intense.
Did the kids sleep at all?
Travel experience. Huh?
Did the kids sleep at all?
Yes, they did. We ended up sleeping on we were going to get a hotel, but it didn't make sense. We got into Phoenix at like 2 a.m. and our flight left at like 9 a.m. that morning. So we just slept in the airport on the benches. So
Yeah. I can understand that. I've slept in many an airport, so I quite understand, but never with a 1-year-old and you said a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old?
And a 5-year-old, yeah.
And a 5-year-old. Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was pretty. It was a great learning experience for me. I was fine. I've slept in airports before too, just not with the kids.
Yes. So do you pack to prepare in case something like that happens, or?
Well, I usually put my kids in PJs if it's a night flight. They were already had their PJs on, and they had a change of clothes in my carry-on. And we have snacks and food and stuff like that. So I think we were okay. So some people are, hesitant to travel with kids, or, they want, I usually like either night flights or early morning flights when it comes to kids, so that they can sleep on the plane and they're in their PJs. We're leaving for Jamaica next Saturday. And our flight is an early morning flight, like 6 a.m. or something. And so my kids will have their PJs on, getting onto the flight, and I'll have a change of clothes for them when we get to Jamaica.
Okay. So do you change their clothes on the plane or after you get off the plane?
After we get off the plane.
Okay.
We
Okay.
try to do as little as possible on the plane, except sit and maybe eat some snacks.
Okay. Okay. And so it's easier to wake them up out of their sleep and just carry them to the car and then take them to through security. Are they still sleeping at that point, or they're walking, or?
Wake up. They're usually up, like usually at 4, well, usually 4 a.m. or so. We wake them up and put them in the car, and oh, we're going on a trip. It's all exciting. We drive to the airport. They're usually awake for that. They're awake for going to the security, and then by the time we get on the flight, that's when they fall asleep on the flight. So.
Well, that works. That works. And so they're in their pajamas, so they think that they're going to bed. So that helps them to sleep.
Yeah, and you try to keep their schedule and keep everything as normal as possible. So if they have a blanket, if they have a sippy cup, if they have their pajamas that they wear, you bring it all with you.
Great, great. That sounds good. That sounds good. So, well, so you've had great experiences. Well, I've had, I guess as a flight attendant, I've seen quite a few things, some quite a few interesting
I'm
things.
sure you have.
No, I know. So I was just reflecting on, well, one of the work hazards that we have is that as crew members, as flight attendants, we're bitten by bed bugs.
Oh,
And
no.
yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, went to, I think it was St. Louis, stayed in a hotel in St. Louis, and I was like exhausted. I went out during the day and I got back and I just like, you know, normally we're supposed to pull the covers back and check for the bugs. I did not. I just crawled under the sheets. That was a big mistake. I woke up in the middle of the night, like about, I don't know, 1, 2 in the morning, and I felt something biting me. And I got up and I looked, and it was on my face, my ears, my
Oh my
neck. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, oh no. And I think that was like maybe the first one where I was disfigured, like the side of my face was disfigured. And so I took all my clothes off. I went to the bathroom and I was shaking stuff out. And I was trying to find them, and I couldn't see them. I pulled the covers back on the bed, pulled the covers back on the blankets, and so I'm looking for them. I'm looking for them, and I saw some little black things, but they weren't bug size. It might have been the residue.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. So then I put my clothes on and went to the front desk, and I told them, that I had been bitten, and they like didn't believe me or whatever, and I'm pulling my clothes down, showing them the side of my face, and they gave me another room, and I should have went to the hospital, but I didn't go to the hospital. And so I'm exhausted, because it was like a really, really long day of flying. And I go to sleep, and I wake up again, and they're biting me again. So I
Oh
was just
my
like,
god.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
the other had bed bugs too, or they came with you?
I don't know. I don't know if I had them on me, or, well, they were certainly in the bed if I brought them with me, or if they were there already. And so um, I think I was, I think I ended up being late to the van. I don't think I could sleep, but I still didn't go to the doctor. And I get up and I go with my crew, and I think we were supposed to go from St. Louis to DC. And so we get to DC, and I go to in-flight, and I'm asking them, well, is there a doctor? Because some airports have like doctors that you can go and see, and they said no. So I had to wait to go back to Chicago to go to the doctor. I should have went that night, and I'm waiting for the flight, and I was flying with another flight attendant. So I'm in the bathroom, she's in the bathroom with me, and I'm asking her to photograph because now they're down my back. I mean, it
Oh
was
my
like
god.
major. Yeah, I had it from my ears, my neck, my back, my shoulder, my breast. I mean, oh my God. So
So
that
how did
was,
they resolve that? I mean, what did they do? They just nothing.
well, no, because, when flight attendants and crew members travel to the hotels, they give us the same hotel rooms. So they
Oh,
said that, we pass it on among each other. So they didn't really do like anything, you
oh my
know. I
goodness.
know they said that there weren't any, which was not true. Yeah. They tried to say that I made it up. I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. I was really angry. And so I think I went back
Wow.
to that hotel the next month. They had closed the wing down for renovations
Okay.
after they told me that, yeah,
That was a mess. That was the. Oh wow.
yeah, after they lied and told me, yeah, they didn't exist. I was just like, yeah,
The
well,
one.
something, yeah,
Wow.
so,
Wow.
yeah, so that's one of the hazards, of,
Oh yeah, I've never had any experience like that with bed bugs. I did have a teammate because I ran track in college and similar situation. We would travel every weekend, and we were at Duke in North Carolina for a track meet, and one of my teammates got bed bugs
oh,
at the
wow,
hotel. So,
yeah.
but that's the only incident I've heard of someone had bed bugs.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think I had gotten bitten about 4 or 5 times, and then well, I'm not flying anymore. I finally resigned, but toward the end, I ended up taking them home, so I had to like throw out a mattress, and I mean, I was
Oh,
freezing. So when I get so the time, well, I read up about the bed bugs. So when I got the bed bugs
what
and
a
I went
nightmare.
home, it is a nightmare, truly, because I was dreaming about the bugs. I could not sleep because of bugs.
Oh my God, and you probably still feel them on you. Don't hit
Oh
my
yeah,
phone.
yeah, yeah. So the bugs. So what I did was I took my clothes and I put them in the freezer. We had a deep freezer downstairs, and so I froze the clothes. I had to freeze my sheets. I froze the blankets, and I'm buying spray. I'm putting the mattress in a bag. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
I know. And then I'm thinking,
All from
okay, well
just
maybe they're in my
one night at
luggage, huh?
all from one night at a hotel.
Yeah, and then I'm spraying the luggage because they could be in the luggage. And it's like,
Oh
because you don't know where they are, you can't, I mean, they're kind of hard to see.
yeah.
But I mean, you can get them at airports and chairs, you can get them off of blankets. I mean, it's just, yeah.
Well, I'm a
So,
little worried seeing all these bed bugs. It's not bed bugs, but there's a virus going around in Jamaica. It's called chikungunya or whatever. Mosquitoes. It's from a mosquito. So I've been reading up about it, and they're like, "Oh, put repellent on and stuff like that." But I'm like, "Oh, now you're saying bed bugs and stuff." I'm like, "Bugs? I don't know. We should go."
oh, you'll be fine. Yeah, just, you take your sprays and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. You just take your sprays, and then, after that incident, my father went to the store and he bought like stuff for me to carry in my carry-on bag so that I could spray my bed, I could spray my suitcase before I came home. So I started spraying everything. So,
Oh, okay, and
yeah.
you checked. I'm sure you checked, because I mean, what
Yes,
is
I
the
started checking the
procedure?
bed.
Ah,
Yeah. I know. So yeah, that has yeah, that was definitely a nightmare. And I could not sleep at night. I woke up, oh my God, exhausted. I think I had maybe about four or 5 times that I got bitten. And that one time was really bad though. And I couldn't work. I had to take off from work and let, the scarring, the swelling go down on the side of my face and stuff. So yeah, you can become disfigured by bed bugs. Who knew? I had never experienced anything like that in my life. I didn't know that was like one of the hazards for flight attendants.
Wow. Well, yeah, all the sleeping in the different places. That sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
It's glamorous. You're like, oh yeah, I get to stay at hotels and whatnot, but
Well, no, well, it's because some hotels, they have crews 24 hours. Every 24 hours, there's another crew, and so they give us the same room. So, you know, there are some flight attendants that don't have homes. They literally are sleeping in the airports or crash pads. And so they pick up things, and you know, it's hard when you don't have a house, but they can't, you know, they don't make enough to live off of, so they don't have a house, they don't have a home, they don't have an apartment. They're sleeping in the crew lounge. They're sleeping, you know, wherever they can in the airport. So, yeah.
This is my husband, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
How are you? Hi.
Hi. How are you? You have a travel story? Does he want a costume?
Oh, do you wanna? We're talking about traveling, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh.
Do you have any?
So I got a bad.
Well, you can come and sit.
Oh, good.
Put a costume on if you want.
No, that's okay. So a bad is everyone's sleeping in the what airport was that?
I already told her that one. So
Ah,
that's
you
taken.
told her that
So
one.
Okay, he can give me his version. I'll listen to it again.
Yeah, my version is I was the only one awake and everyone else was sleeping. So.
Oh,
don't
my
have-
God.
Bad?
Oh, do a good one. What's a good travel experience?
Oh, you put me on the spot. You guys do this. I just was wanting to get in and just show my face. That's all.
Oh, you don't want to
We
say.
can't really see you, though. You got to put your face.
I'm trying to think. What was a bad travel story or a good? I mean.
Well, you don't like driving. Is there a bad road trip that you were on?
Nah, I don't know. I feel like I'm put on the spot. I'm trying to think of a bad one.
Oh, there was a time when in South Carolina when you almost didn't go through security or something. You were fighting with the security lady.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, so I was. That was a good one. That's probably the worst. Yeah, so I was in South Carolina.
That one.
All right, so I was in South Carolina and I was heading home from my father's house, and so my flight. I think is that. Am I doing that or no? Oh, So I woke up probably. I thought I was supposed to leave in an hour. My dad lives like a couple of minutes from the airport, and long story short, we were late. So we drove to the airport, and I got there. The line at the security was just long. So I went to the lady and I said, listen, my flight is about to leave. Can I go? And she was like, no, sir, you have to go in the back. So I showed her my ticket. I said, listen, no, my flight is about to leave. Can I jump the line? Everyone was like, go ahead. She's like, no, sir, I have to follow a procedure. You can't go. I was looking at the lady. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, are you taking your job that serious and that literal that you can't allow me to go through? She's like, no, sir, you can't. So this is like a TSA agent, whatever you are. So me and her are just arguing back and forth. And ultimately, I missed my flight. Then I missed it. I think I missed it because she was holding to her policy that I couldn't cut the line. And everybody, I'm telling you, everyone in the line was like, it's okay. He can pass. He can go. And she just wouldn't let me go. So I think I almost got arrested. For arguing with the lady. Yeah, that was pretty bad. All because she was doing her job. So that was the bad one. So.
And what airport was this?
Charleston.
Charleston Municipal Airport.
Yeah,
it's got a lot better since then. So it's definitely got a lot better than since it's still a small airport, but it's gotten a lot better. But that was pretty bad. I almost got arrested because, I mean, we were getting in each other's face. So I'm 6'2", and she's like probably she was like 5'5". So we were just in each other's face. I'm looking down at her. She's looking up at me. and we were just going at it, and they almost arrested me. The cops came and everything, and I thought that was pretty bad. Yeah, that's a good one. I think to me, the best vacation I had, the best one. So me and my wife were different. She likes tropical beaches and all that stuff, and I like seeing the sights. I like seeing the world. Like I like seeing castles and all that stuff. So my best vacation was when we were on a cruise in some year, and we got to see the Sistine Chapel. We got to go to the Vatican. We got to go see Cannes. What else? The Leaning Tower of Pisa and all that. That was the best vacation I think we've ever had.
Wow.
I think we just found out she was pregnant with my son, so she was getting seasick and all that stuff, but it was amazing.
Okay,
it was amazing.
So she had a bad time and you had a good time.
Yep. And so it was a cruise, and I think cruises are the best way to travel, period. I think they're the best way to travel, period. And she equates cruises with that experience, and I'm like, but you were pregnant. That sort of biases the whole thing, and she doesn't want to deal with. She doesn't want to live. But seeing, I like to be able to go to different countries and get to see all that stuff. And I thought the Vatican was just, that was like a once in a lifetime thing. Not many people could say they've gone there, and then see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We saw a fake statue of David, right? We didn't actually see the one of David. We got to see all that stuff, so I thought that was pretty cool. That was my best vacation. She wants to keep going to beaches and stuff like that. I'm like, I want to go to Paris. I want to see the tower. I want to see all that stuff. So we're going to a beach again, and I'll see water. We'll see water again. We'll see sand again. The same old. So.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thanks for listening to me. I'll put Mera back. So.
So where did you guys go on the? Where did you leave to go on the cruise from?
So that one, it was Celebrity Cruise. It was Celebrity.
Yeah.
It was Celebrity. So we flew into Spain. We flew into Barcelona, and we started there, and we went. I'm trying to remember all the places we went. We went to Florence. We went to Monaco. I think when we went to Monaco, I think we took a train all the way down to Cannes so we could see Cannes. We went to Gibraltar. Oh, did she tell you the Gibraltar story?
No.
All right, okay. So we're at Gibraltar, and we're walking up this hill, and there's all these monkeys just around, and so they say, oh, don't fear the monkeys. The monkeys are fine. They get their shots and all that stuff. So we're like, okay. So we're just walking, and I just, out of the corner of my eye, I see this monkey just walking down the hill, and I'm just staring at it, and it leaps like 10 feet on Amira's back, and she starts running around like, ah, get off my back, ah, get off my back. We were cracking it up. No one helped her. Everyone was just laughing and laughing and laughing. Oh man, it was comical. I mean, they say the monkeys were fine. The monkeys don't have they didn't have anything because they get their shots and all that. But it leaped like 10 feet. She was like,
Oh my God, that had to be terrifying. That's worse than my bed bugs. I think, Mera, I would have been traumatized by that.
She was, oh man, and you would think me as her husband, I would like try to swat the thing off, but I was just too busy laughing. I couldn't stop. It was just too funny. So then where else? We went to where was that place in Gibraltar? Where else did we go? It was the place we went to get the fish and chips.
It was Gibraltar.
No, that wasn't. That was Gibraltar. All right, so no, because Gibraltar.
That's Gibraltar.
Okay, whatever. So we saw Leaning Tower of Pisa. We saw the Vatican.
Went to Florence.
I told her we went to Monaco when we took the train down to Cannes.
That's pretty cool.
No, we
went to an island. I think it's I didn't come off of that
We
island.
were outside of the what is the stadium? The Coliseum.
Yeah.
We were outside of that. We didn't go in. We just went through the ruins and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that was funny. That was funny. No one helped her. We
Well,
just laughed.
now
We
you
just
see
laughed
why
at
I
her.
don't like cruises.
What the monkeys have nothing to do with the cruise. The monkey had nothing
I
to do
don't
with
like
the cruise.
cruises. I think they pollute the ships pollute the ocean.
No.
I think you don't have enough time
Yes,
in
you do.
port. I think it's like you land somewhere at like 7 a.m. and then you have to rush and go and do everything you need to do and then come back by a certain time. I think the food is generic. The shows are just awful.
No.
And you don't get to experience the culture.
Since you guys deal with travel, you guys should challenge someone, because I firmly believe that you can pay for your cruise, step on a cruise with $0, and still have a great time. Because your food, your lodging, your drink, the entertainment is all on the cruise. You can literally go on that thing with no money, spend no money, and still have a good time.
You can still do that for an all-inclusive resort. And you get to stay in one
But you don't
place.
get the entertainment. You don't get to
learn
You don't get the entertainment.
culture.
You don't get to see the different places.
You get to contribute to the local economy. When you go on cruises, it's just the cruise ship company.
No, when we went, that's not true.
They don't buy food
when we
there.
went on a cruise for our honeymoon, right? We went off, and we went to Honduras. We went off. Had a great time, right? We was at Cayman Islands. We got a little bite. We went off.
But there's not enough time, I don't think, to
enough time to have a good time, right?
I don't think
How
so.
much time do you need to have a good time? You just need some time, right? That's how I look at it.
I don't like cruises. I'll give them another chance, but I think it's just too hurried, too quick. You know, I don't think they support the local economy enough. I think
they do.
I think they buy all their food in Miami or wherever the port is and take it with them. They pollute the ocean.
They do not pollute the ocean.
They're disgusting and gross. People get sick on them. I mean.
Yeah, but yet we're going to Jamaica where there's like Chinanoga fever or whatever that.
Oh yeah, I told her about that.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
mosquitoes, but that's not. I mean, the mosquitoes.
Anyway,
there's nothing you can do about that.
So thank you for listening to me. I'm gonna let you get back with her.
All right.
So, bye.
Well, it's nice meeting you, Brian, and I enjoyed the conversation between you and me going back and forth. Oh my God, that is hilarious.
This is what I have to deal with when we decide where we're going to travel, what we're going to do. You know, it's like it's not only Brian and the kids, they have their own agendas of what they want and stuff like that, so it's kind of difficult.
Oh, okay. It's interesting how your costume moves around like that all over the place.
I know. I think when I speak or when somebody else is speaking, I changed it, so we'll see.
Yeah, okay, I probably need to change mine too. Oh my God, that was hilarious. I don't know how you guys decide. I guess you win all the time. That works. That's what it sounds like to me. Oh my God, look at mine.
Your question mark.
Too.
Google question mark. What does that mean? What's that?
I don't know. That's crazy, isn't it? I've never had this combination. I think that groups are a better way to go. So if you're going to do travel, groups are the best way to do it. So for whoever's looking at the broadcast, if you want to take a group, the group leader goes for free, and Travel by Mera can help you arrange your group.
Yeah, I mean, groups are great because then you don't have to worry about anything. It's just like, okay. And the other thing with groups is that even with just going through a travel agent, you can pay over time. You know, you can put a deposit down and then pay over time until, you pay off the trip. So that's one of the benefits of doing that. Oh, you changed your costume.
I did. You can hardly see me now. The cake is in the way.
The big cake.
It's making me hungry. Maybe I should do something else. I didn't eat yet.
Oh, you haven't? We went to my son had Taekwondo, and so we went to Chick-fil-A, and it was packed with all these people and these kids in costumes. I'm like, what's going on here? And the guy was like, oh, all the kids that are in costume get a free meal at Chick-fil-A tonight. So we still got, my kids, they weren't in costume, but they still got a free meal. I was like, okay, good.
Oh, well, that works out. That works out.
Yeah, so it worked out.
That's good. That's good. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking about you telling me that, you know, you have your kids on the plane with their pajamas on. I have had adults come on the plane with their hair, you know, tasseled, all messed up, wearing pajamas. Seriously. Sleep in their eyes. You know, they didn't wash their face, brush their teeth, nothing. And they just come on the plane. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
Maybe they were like Brian and they woke up late or something and had to rush to the airport.
I don't know. They had the blanket. I think they did it on purpose. I think, you know, I'm like, adults?
People do crazy things.
They do.
People do crazy things and act crazy and say crazy. There are crazy people on planes. Have you
talking about it? There are a lot of mentally ill people that should not be flying.
Have you ever had to kick like a child?
Have I ever had to do what?
Have you ever had to tell somebody that they have to get off, like a child that was crying or having a tantrum or anything like that?
Oh, I'm good with kids. I would never kick off a child off a plane because they were crying. I calm them down.
Okay. All right. Good.
I'm a parent of 4. Why would I be doing that?
I have a friend. She has 2 kids, and they haven't flown yet, and she keeps saying, "Oh, I'm paranoid that, you know, my kid will have a tantrum and they'll kick my kid off the plane." I'm like, I've never heard of that. Like, kids cry.
No, it happens. It has happened a lot. There are flight attendants. Well, a lot of the young ones that haven't been around children, they don't know what to do, but, you know, and they're stressed, and so there have been lots of situations where they have they have kicked parents off the plane with their kids because they were crying and they couldn't stop them from crying. But you know what the secret is? You take lavender oil and it calms them down, and you rub it on them, and they go to sleep. So, and I used to carry lavender oil.
I need to get that. Mm. Well, my kids are older now, so.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you could still use it.
My kids crying on the plane. I know other kids have cried, and I'm like, oh, here we go. But I mean, I'm pretty much sympathetic to parents. Like, okay, and they don't cry the whole flight. I mean, they cry a little bit, and then that's it, you know.
No, some kids do cry the whole flight, though. Some of them will.
The whole flight?
The whole flight. The whole entire flight. Yes. It happens. But that's why I use the lavender oil. So that's what I would recommend, is that, you know, you go to is it not Trader Joe's, but Whole Foods. You can go to Whole Foods, or you can get it online, and you get 100% lavender oil. And it comes in a small little container. And you can put it like in the air vent, and it'll go throughout the plane. You just rub your fingers up to the vents like that. And so even though the child is not by you, you know, they will still calm down. And I used to wear it on me so that when people walk by me, it would calm them down. So I rarely...
That's a cool trick.
Oil. Yeah. So I wear, you know, you can wear the essential oils on your body, and it will calm other people down around you as well. So passengers, they would be, you know, and I used to take like a spray bottle. There was another one. I can't remember what the name of it was called, but I would go and I would spray the seats, and when the passengers came on the plane, they would sit down and they would just be chilled. And, you know, their anger would go away, and they wouldn't know why. So I did all kinds of things. And they would be so relaxed. And they would say, "Oh, this is the best flight I've ever been on." I would be like, "Oh, really?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, if it works, it works, because people can be cranky and
Oh.
snoring. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with flight delays, and I mean justifiably so, but I had to be on there, with them for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and, who wants to be around a lot of mad people upset at me? So,
Yeah, it's not your
yes.
fault.
No, it wasn't. I mean, if we're late, we're late. If the weather's bad, the weather's bad. It's nothing I could do about it. So I had my little tricks. The essential oils, definitely. I did that quite often with the passengers, and I would go to the air vents and I would open it up and I would just rub it, and I go to the middle of the plane. I do the same thing, and to the back of the plane. They didn't know what I was doing. And they just knew that, oh, it was the best flight ever. They had a wonderful time. I was like,
Gosh.
yes.
The the one time I had an issue with a flight attendant was an early morning flight, and my son was sleeping. We hadn't taken off yet, and he was sleeping on my lap. And she was like, he needs to wake up and sit up for takeoff. And I was like, no, why? He's sleeping. You want to leave him sleeping? And she was like, no, he needs to wake up and sit up for takeoff. So I had to wake him up and have him sit up. And he was crying and having a tantrum for takeoff. And I was like, I don't get this. But I looked it up, and they're like, oh, it's a safety issue. He has to be sitting up or whatever for takeoff and landing.
It is a safety issue. It is a safety issue. But how old was he?
He was about 3 or 4.
3 or 4, and was he laying on your lap? What?
He was laying on my lap.
Okay. Yeah, so that is a safety issue. They do need to be sitting up. So a lot of parents will carry pillows so that in case something happens, they don't hit the tray table that's in front of them. It's a very, very hard surface, and if there's turbulence or the G-forces, something happens, and it just pushes them into the tray table, that they're not injured. But yeah, it is. She was right. It is a safety hazard.
I mean, I was a little upset because it was a 6 a.m. flight. It was pretty good. She bothered me, blah blah blah. But then I went home and I Googled it, and it was like, yeah, it's a safety issue. She was right, and I'm like, okay, fine. She was doing her job, which is fine.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she was. I mean, but it depends. You have to say it in the right way. So maybe she didn't.
Yeah. She was pretty cranky. I mean,
yeah, she probably got up at 3, so she was probably tired herself. So I'm sure she wasn't happy either.
I was like, whatever.
I'm in trouble now.
Oh, with a cake in front of you.
I know. I keep getting cake. I'm hungry too.
What is it? Oh. I'm an angel. You're the devil.
That's perfect. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that when people travel, that they need to just be prepared for a lot of different things. You could have the bugs. Hopefully you won't have bugs. But, I mean, you need to take, like, protective things like, what is it called? Neosporin, things like that, just in case something happens.
A little first aid kit, yeah. I did a post. I was going to say I did a post on what to take with babies and kids and stuff like that. And there's a lot of stuff that you don't even think of, like the toilet seat covers, and there's a bunch of stuff you can take. First aid stuff and repellent and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to share that tomorrow. Send a tweet out or something. And
share it. And I pack my kids' clothes in a Ziploc bag, like for each day. So that helps. Like, with Brian, I can say, put something on Mila, and he just goes and gets a Ziploc bag, opens it up, and puts on her clothes, you know. So it works for me. It's a trick that I learned from another blogger, another travel blogger.
That's a great
Um,
idea. So everything is all in one place and all ready to go.
Yep. So I just each kid has a Ziploc bag for each day. So with a bathing suit, pajamas, and an outfit. So and I just put the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on it, and so my husband knows Dylan Monday. This is what he wears. Mila Tuesday. That's what she wears. I wish I could do that here at home. That would be great. So it works out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that I know I've seen like people, the way people pack. Most people don't carry a change of clothes with them on the plane, and I definitely recommend that they do because you never know what will happen, and you may need to change your clothes or your luggage may get lost. So you definitely need to have a change of clothes in your carry-on. Pajamas, the toiletries, those are the important things to have with you because luggage definitely gets misplaced. I went to Vancouver, and my own airline lost my luggage,
Oh
both
yeah.
of them. I had two carry-ons, and so I am there at the airport waiting for my luggage to come. It doesn't show, so I go to the counter, and they, said, yeah, well, you're an airline employee. I don't know what you're entitled to. I don't know if I could get any money or not. I don't think I did. So I go to the hotel, and I had a dinner engagement that night, and I had to wear what I had on because I had no clothes. I was just like, you've got to be joking. So I'm in this fancy five-star restaurant, and I've got on jeans and a jacket, with a hood on it, and I'm like, okay.
Oh.
I know. I was like my
I
own
never
airline.
clothes for myself. I do dress in layers though, so that you can like a scarf and like I have right now. You would have like a vest, a short sleeve thing underneath this sweater, and so it's kind of dressed in layers so that you can take off and put on sweaters and things like that as you go. But with the kids, definitely. I know last time we were in Jamaica last year, on our way back, my son, who's supposed to be potty trained, peed on one of the seats on the plane.
Oh
It was like a 3 or 4 hour flight, and so in 2.5 hours into the flight, he wakes up. He's like, "I'm wet," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So we went back. I got out his change of clothes, and we put like a blanket or something down on the seat. And we told the flight attendant, "We're like, seat blah 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 is totally wet. He peed on it." And she's like, okay, she made a note of it. I don't know if they change this. I don't know what they do, but we had a change of clothes for him, and we had like a blanket and stuff to put over it, so he was okay. But stuff like that happens all the time, As a
It
child,
definitely does.
my sister did that too. She was sick. I don't think she peed, but she threw up or something on the seat or something when we were flying somewhere. So it happens
Yeah,
all the time.
it does happen all the time. It does. And with what's going on now, that's why it's important to carry the wipes and hand sanitizers and gloves. I mean, you really have to be prepared. And the thing is that a lot of people, I guess, are embarrassed if they vomit on the plane. They don't even tell the flight attendant. They just put the bag in the seat back pocket and leave it there. They don't even tell us. I was just like, you've got to be joking. And so I go through the plane because I was on like the small planes, and I had to clean the plane myself between turns. And I find the bag, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Some of them will
No.
bring it forward and say, oh, I'm sorry I had an accident. And some of them try to hide it. But yeah.
No, I told my husband, I'm like, you better go tell her what he did so that they can, the next person coming and sitting on and pee. So, yeah. No.
Right. No. Yeah, you don't want that. But that's why I recommend people wipe the seats off because you never know what happened before you. And
Oh, yeah. There's
yeah,
germs
I mean,
out there.
yeah, so they don't have seat cushions at every airport. especially on the small planes, the 50-seaters or 63-seaters. We didn't have extra seat cushions. So you have to go and tell the gate agent, okay, we can't use that seat, and if it's a full flight, somebody has to stay behind because there's a seat that's not usable now. So
somebody peed on a seat.
Somebody peed
So
on
this.
it. So it's inoperative now. It's an inop seat.
I know. I don't know what we're gonna do because my daughter now, she's 2, and she's potty trained. So, but I might have to put a diaper on her. It's a 3.5 hour flight. I think I'm gonna put a pull-up on her.
That's a good
just
idea.
to make sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't want her to regress, but I don't want her peeing on the seat like he did.
Right. No, I understand. Yeah. 3 hours, that's a long time. 3-4 hours. Yeah. And then if
especially if they're. Yeah. I mean, if they're awake, they can go, but once we were on a Spirit airline flight, and I don't know, they have different rules, I think. He needed to go to the bathroom, my son, and the flight attendant was like, no, he cannot get up. He cannot go. And the light was off and everything, so I'm not sure why. And another lady needed to go, and she was like, nope, you can't go. So I don't know if Spirit was flying, and I don't know. I have no idea. This is my son, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. How are you?
Why is that birthday cake right there?
Because it's our Halloween travel.
But I love kids. They're my favorite passengers on a plane.
Oh.
Yeah.
You hear that? She likes being on a plane. I don't know. She likes when kids come on a plane.
No.
Do you like being on a plane, Dylan?
Uh-huh.
No, don't touch it. What's your favorite travel story? What's your favorite travel story? Do you remember?
What
What's your favorite vacation memory?
when breakfast.
Breakfast where?
At Pinta? Pinta the center.
All right, you're being funny. Oh, okay.
No, breakfast is oh my god.
When you got muffin and bacon?
And a pool.
Yeah, we usually stay at like Holiday Inns if we go anywhere because they have the free breakfast for the kids.
Ah, wonderful. I used to love Residence Inn. That was my favorite for our tribe because we had 4, so we needed lots of room.
Yeah, the Embassy Suites are nice too. I mean, we went to Hawaii and we stayed at Embassy Suites, and that was nice.
Oh, I love Embassy Suites breakfasts. Oh my God, they're the best.
Breakfast, yes.
Yeah,
Stop that.
they have really nice breakfasts. But I like Residence Inn because they have breakfast, and then they have well, they call it, I guess, happy hour, but it's really like dinner. You can get 2 meals. So. Oh, okay. Well, I guess, Mira, it's time for you to give them a bedtime story. So we are going to let you go, and we appreciate you coming on. Pajama time. Yes, it is pajama time.
Time for bed. It's 8 o'clock, so I'm going to go.
Okay. So thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, it was great. I had a great time. Anytime.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so I will share the info with you, and we want to thank everybody who joined us. This has been the Skychi Travel Guide Live, and Mera Johnson has been our guest, and they can contact you where, Mera?
At travelbymera.com.
Okay. Thank you, Mera.
All right. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you, too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.